I had gone to racetracks at time. A patient had friends at a motorcycle racetrack. I'd gone up there. I took my portable table everywhere. I'd met a professional racer there that came over before the race. He was all messed up. He wins the race at this track, and he thanks me over the loudspeaker. He invites me to Atlanta to work on him. He wins that race, national championship. I get a little piece on that ESPN back in the day. Little fun things like that. I met a local young man that was pretty famous. At that age, he was only 21, but he ends up becoming world champion pistol shooter. And we develop a relationship, and he flies me out to different events around the country to take care of him while he's in competition. And Doug Koenig is still a very good friend of mine today. His nephews, two young boys, Corey and Kyle, had asthma as kids, and they started getting adjusted, and within probably 8 to 12 weeks, their asthma completely went away. Another thing was, just all kinds of crazy stuff. I had a guy come in that was deaf in one ear, and I didn't know it at the time. He was referred by another patient. He was a mechanic, and he had all these problems in his back. He didn't tell me anything about his deafness. At that time, I had learned what's called network spinal analysis or network chiropractic, and when I started to adjust him, he was moving around on a table like a fish you took out of water, and within like 6 or 7 visits, he gets off the table, and he says, "Doc, I got to tell you something." I said, "What's that, Tom?" And he says, "I got my hearing back in my right ear." I said, "I didn't even know you were deaf in your right ear." He says, "No, I never tell anybody, but I was in a coma for a brief period when I was in the Army, and that's when it happened, and now it's gone." And I literally remember leaning against the wall and tears coming to my eyes saying, I can't believe this is possible. Other crazy things, it was a rural community, so people had animals. A couple patients brought dogs in. One dog in particular, 2 adjustments. They were gonna put the dog down, the dog was fine. I know this stuff sounds crazy, but these are experiences I've had that continue to motivate me to say, if this is possible, I don't know what else is possible. And it's just unbelievably, rewarding, helping people and, animals and babies like that, of just saying, these people are getting better without adding or taking anything out of their body. And that's still what my passion is today, is that we can help people have a better experience of themselves, less pain, more health, with a simple just turning on switches in the body, so to speak, making adjustments, and in this day doing other things that are super helpful. And just I just feel very fortunate to be in a profession that and a health choice that has that ability. It's pretty crazy. So in about 1992, I was still in Pennsylvania practicing, and I started to get some more and more sports people coming in. One I had mentioned was the pistol shooter, but then I met a couple of local guys that were triathletes, which I found really interesting. They were qualifying for the Hawaii Championship, so they were high-level guys, but they worked at the local bike shop, so I started working on them and got very interested in triathlon. I had done my first triathlon in 1994.